Welcome back! Today we're going to talk about something that is a little different, but Tabby and I both experienced.
Yes. So in my time away, we still obviously stayed in
Yeah,
contact, and one of the large things in our area was we were able to obtain a slot to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
and Tabby and I both got Pfizer. And so this video is talking about the after effects that we had of the vaccine and how much it was not a fun time for us.
No, it wasn't a fun time, but a lot of people have been asking, what was it like? Um, what did you experience? So
We thought we'd talk about like our personal things that happened, and we want to preface this by saying we have no idea why we reacted this specific way. To my knowledge, everything's still so early in information from the companies and stuff. They don't even know all the answers yet, but this is Tabby and I's personal experiences with getting the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine.
So in our area, it was once you actually obtained, I guess, a time slot.
Mm-hmm.
It went very smoothly, very easy. Both vaccines.
Yeah, I mean, they had everything like a well-oiled machine, honestly.
Oh yeah. So they kind of rocked that, out of
Yeah.
the park. First shot, like I had a little bit of a 99 fever for like a couple hours afterwards. It was gone by the next morning. Totally fine.
And the first shot, I didn't have a fever. I had like a little bit of a slight twinge in my arm, and that was about it. There wasn't anything to it at all.
I always likened that one to kind of the flu shot. Like, you got a shot in the arm, but it wasn't,
No, it wasn't anything
bad.
But shot two, oh buddy.
Whew, shot two. Pfizer, you won that round.
We were socked right in the kisser.
And actually, it wasn't like an immediate thing.
No.
So we went in the morning.
Like
Danny,
9 a.m.
Yeah.
It was early.
Dani had her vaccine first. I was jabbed about 30 minutes later.
Mm-hmm.
No response. We had breakfast.
We hung out and just goofed off for a couple hours. Then Tabby went home to like feed her dogs and everything.
Yeah.
It was that evening when she started to feel something.
10 o'clock rolled around that evening, and I was trying to take my nightly meds before I went to bed, and I started feeling kind of chilly.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got to the refrigerator, I couldn't hold my cup of water because my hands were shaking like this. It was immediate. I mean, it hit. It just hit. Cold, chills.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I had a fever of about 102 to 103 for 18 hours. And then it dropped down to like 100, 101 for the next 24. And then finally broke that following Monday evening. Lost the entirety of American Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in bed. I was fully clothed under a heated blanket, comforter, quilt, flannel sheets, freezing, didn't sleep well. I don't even think I knew exactly where I was a couple of times. But it hit me very, 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 very hard.
And it hit me hard, but in a different way. Now, those of you that have been with us on the channel since the beginning know that I went through cancer and chemotherapy. Well, roughly about 11 o'clock the night after I received the COVID vaccine, I started feeling nauseous. And which I knew nausea was one of the side effects that could happen. I didn't think a whole lot of it until roughly 45 minutes later when the nausea hit to the point where it was just feeling kind of like you have a bad stomach virus. And I'm like, okay, this is not fun. So I went to sleep. When I woke up in the morning, I was still feeling kind of off. Then, roughly around, I would say, probably 11:30 that day, after I'd already made posts on social media saying I survived it and everything, then it hit like a ton of bricks, and I had nausea to the point that I felt like I was going through chemotherapy again. And it wasn't just the nausea, it was like the whole feeling of the weird fatigue and the like weird like musculature problems and everything. It was like my entire body reacted to the vaccine like it reacted to every time I had chemotherapy.
And the thing is, we both actually had a vicious headache with it.
Yes.
And then my arm on the injection site was kind of lumped underneath. It was hot, it was red, and then we went through, I think, a week before like the itching and the pain and everything kind of went away. And they're calling that, I think, COVID arm now.
Yeah. And with my arm, it was really funny. It was like I had almost like a funny looking white blister where I had gotten the vaccine. And it didn't like raise up real high, but it was like a water blister looking thing. And it just lasted and itched, and nothing I could do would solve the itch. I didn't get like a huge amount of redness or anything. It was just this weird like blister looking thing, and I was starting to think, oh my god, what if it's scarred? Because this is a really unusual thing to happen. Luckily, it did not. But I counted 82 hours of nausea.
It was bad. I think it was 72 hours fully before my fever broke, and then it actually broke again because it hovered around 99. And that brought us into Tuesday, and then my arm was just painful, I think, for about 10 days.
And I had something that kind of caught me off guard, which was when I was experiencing chemotherapy, the type of chemotherapy I had gave me neuropathy. So I'd have like weird shooting pains down through the thumbnails on my thumbs. I'd have weird shooting pains in the down my toes, and then like there'd be like weird numb spots. All that came back. And then a motor skills thing started. And what I mean by that is, I'm an author, so every day I get online, I type. It's part of my job. And it's almost like something's going on with the neurological connections to like my ring fingers. I can't press the keys hard enough unless I'm like really hard focusing in order to type in the passwords for my email and stuff.
See, and I got kind of the extreme like sandpapery joints, the joint pain. I did get pain shooting down through my hands, through my fingers.
But we both use the tracking system because we're having a lot of effects, and it says something if you're having any side effects to use the system thing.
So I mean, that is reported in, and there are people that have had similar experiences that we've talked to. There are people that have had milder experiences. Now, I will say, once the fever completely broke, everything left. I mean, it wasn't, it just wasn't an ongoing, like, joint pain, joint problem, fever thing. It did go away.
Now, for me, I'm still having the motor skills issue. It hasn't gone away. So I don't know what on earth my body's doing. I have no idea. And I don't even know how you get a doctor to test for anything to see what's going on, but it's just odd. I don't know what's up with that.
Those are our personal experiences with the Pfizer vaccine, in case anybody was wondering. And that,
I've had family members that, got their vaccine and were just like tired for 2 days. That's it. So it's not like everybody's going to have effects like Tabby and I did. This is just what we personally experienced. I guess we can say the fact that our immune systems reacted to the vaccine in an unusual way.
They reacted in a very robust, very unusual way. Just, it was definitely more than what I usually get with the flu. Because the flu vaccine, I just get like a little bit of a fever, maybe some aches and pains, and then, we're done.
And, there was one flu vaccine I had, like, it was really funny, like, my whole upper arm had swelled up for, like, a week, and then it had gone away, so that was, prior to this, that was the most intense reaction my body had had to a vaccine. So this caught me off guard. I was expecting, feeling under the weather for a couple days, no big deal. And instead it was like, oh, I feel horrible.
This was the case of, did you get the license plate on the truck that ran me over 50 times? But, not everybody's going to experience that. That was just, we've seen a lot of people asking, personally,
Yeah.
plus, extended friends, hey, you have the vaccine, what did you experience? So, here it is.
Yeah. We hope that when you get your vaccine, you don't have the reactions we did.
Yeah, but if you do and you are in the States, definitely get onto one of the trackers and let
Yes.
them know, because that is important for future.
Exactly.
So.
We'll be back with fun stuff soon, and until next time, bye.